Hello there and welcome. My name is Linda and this is my channel Linda T70. It's really good to have your company today. A warm welcome back to all my regulars and a big hello if you're new here. Hope you enjoy my videos. Right, so first thing to say, thank you for the comments on the previous video, all very well received, thank you. I'm still carrying on with this garden situation, so I've got some stuff to show you for that regarding the garden today and a couple of other bits. I went out shopping yesterday into town, and I also went to B&Q and picked up a couple of bits. So the reason I've got my hair up is because I was going to wash it this morning, and I thought, well, I'm going to be going out in the garden after I've done my video and hopefully getting some of this stuff planted. So I've just pinned it up. I know it looks a bit funny, but there we go. So the first thing to show you, the first shop I went into yesterday was Dunelm, or Dunelm as they call it on the adverts. And I'd actually seen, I was looking for garden decor rather than plants, and I'd actually seen on their websites a couple of ornaments. And I'm embarrassed to say this. My regular viewers will know that I've got a couple of Schnauzer dogs, and I saw they've got a few Schnauzer dog ornaments in Dunelm, and there was one particular one that caught my eye, and I thought, oh, I know just where I'm going to put that. So, but I couldn't really tell what it was like in person, so I went to the store and they had one, so I got it because I thought, oh, that's just perfect. So it's this little, I'm sorry about this, it's real old people stuff, isn't it? I'll be buying garden gnomes next. It's this little 4 Schnauzers pulling this one up, and this was £12, and as I say, I wasn't sure from the picture how it would actually look in life, because you can't always tell, can you? I know they do these lifestyle photos and that, but and I thought, I've got a little, I'm going to put this in the front, which will I'll show you all this when it's all finished. It won't be long now. And then I can get the garden thing out of the way and do something else for you. But I've got a little surface, and I just thought that would look quite cute, balanced on it. So yeah, 4 little Schnauzer. This was £12. They did a Schnauzer cushion, and I was very tempted. I think this was £12 anyway, I'm pretty sure it was. They did a Schnauzer cushion, and I've already got a Schnauzer cushion that my neighbours kindly brought me back from their holiday a couple of years ago. And I looked at the one in Dunelm, and I thought, but then I thought, oh, I don't know, do I need 2 Schnauzer cushions? I really am not the sort of person that goes around filling my house up with a Schnauzer memorabilia, but sometimes people buy me things that are related to dogs. And the other dog that seems to be quite popular in there is the cockapoo. So if you've got a cockapoo, get down there and get some ornaments. So yeah, I suppose it's resin or something, I don't know. It just says 4 Schnauzer garden decor. I was a bit tempted to paint one of them black, because one of my Schnauzers is black. But I thought, no, don't be stupid. So anyway, I got them. The other thing I saw, which I wasn't looking for, but I was just looking around the garden stuff. I wanted to get some pot lights, some solar lights to go in the pots at the front of my house. But the front of my house is north facing, and you don't really get much sun all day. It's most of the day it's in shade, and I didn't know whether, I mean, I can put mains lights out there, which I probably will, but then, you know, I don't know, but I couldn't find anything. That they did have some things, and they had some nice things, but nothing actually that caught my eye. But this caught my eye. I bought 2 of these, so let me put you back a bit. I hadn't noticed this on the website. So hanging baskets, and I generally buy hanging baskets and keep them for several years, and they're usually made out of some sort of, I don't know what it is it like cane, or it's not straw, but you know, it's sort of cane stuff, and it does perish after a while, goes a bit scruffy looking, and sometimes they're not very deep as well. And at the front of the house I've got 2 hanging basket brackets, which I will put stuff in this year, and I thought, oh, I like these. So these are 10, I bought 2 of these, and they are £10 each, and they do different colours. I noticed that in the store I was in, it had just this and kind of a peachy colour, pinky colour, not pink, more peach I think. But if you look on the website, they potentially could have different colours. So this is a faux rattan scalloped hanging basket. This is teal, the colour is teal, and this was £10. And it's got, I mean it looks to me like this will keep its shape for quite a while, but you know, I might be wrong. And it's got plastic inside, so obviously just perforate the plastic and draw away. I mean, I've spent quite a lot of time in my days relining hanging baskets, and it's with like black bag liners and whatnot, and somehow they never really quite work. They just look scruffy. But I thought, yeah, the front of the house, I thought they might look quite nice. So again, you'll see that when as and when they're in place. Then I went to Superdrug. So she says, going off at a bit of a tangent. Or should I just do the garden stuff? Let me do the garden stuff first, then I'll show you the other things. Then I went to B&Q after I'd been to town, and I bought 3 plants in the garden bit of B&Q. Now, I've had an idea for a bird bath thing, which it's not a unique idea. I don't really have unique ideas. I just copy everybody else. And I've seen a couple of videos of people. Obviously there's loads of garden videos on YouTube at the moment, and I've been watching quite a few of them because I want to get some different ideas, because I've only got a little garden and there's only so much you can do in it really, because we do need to have an area for garden furniture and for children when they visit and they like to play, and we do sometimes entertain in our garden. So you know, we can't fill everything up with plants and things, but I do like a nice show of summer bedding, winter plants, whatever. And there's still not a great deal of perennials. As of yesterday when I went to B&Q, they still didn't have that many of them, but I did find 3. I went in the range first and had a quick look there, and our particular branch of the range has got a very, very poor plant and garden section. You know, the bit where you get the plants, and you know, you pick up your compost and whatever. And it's probably because of the site that it was built on. It was built on what did it used to be? Oh, it used to be part of B&Q. So we used to have on there used to be a car park with the home bit of B&Q on one side, and the other side it was like building materials, and they shut the building materials down and put everything in the one store, one building, and the Rangers bought this. So anyway, it's basically, it doesn't have any real outside space, I suppose, for all this stuff. So I did pick up some daisy things, and then I walked around with them and I thought, I don't really want these. So I went into B&Q and I bought two of these. So I bought 2 scabious. I'm pretty sure that most of you that know about gardens will have either seen these or enjoyed gardens, I should say, not necessarily know about them, will have seen these and probably grown them. And I like these because they're quite easy. I've had them over the years, quite a few of these, and they've lasted quite well, and they're quite easy to look after, and they're going to go, I think, in my new flower bed that we've just built. So we bought 2 scabious. This is called, I don't know how you say it, Doronicum. By the way, that scabious, it says flower on it. It says on it, it was £7, and it says flowers year after year. Now I know if I go to my favourite garden centre, they would be more expensive than that, but I think this one looks like a decent plant. So, so this Doronicum, if it's not that, I'm sure you'll know what I mean. Now I don't really, as a rule, like yellow plants, yellow flowers. I don't really know why, but I thought to myself, as there's kind of a bit of a famine out there of choice as of my shopping yesterday, just get over yourself, Linda. And I thought, well, you know, it's colour, isn't it? It's a bit of sunshine. And that corner of the garden, our rear garden is south facing, but there is a bit of shadow from our big tree that's there. So that's another thing I thought about when I was choosing the plants, whether they needed full sun or whatever. Obviously, you know that. I don't know why I'm telling you that. So this, apparently it attracts pollinators. Most plants do, don't they? And as I say, with that one, flowers year after year, and this was £7. Now sometimes they have multi-buys on these things, but I bought 2 of these and 2 of the scabious. And this grows up to, over 2 years, grows 20 centimetres by 20 centimetres, likes all soil types, likes sun and part shade, and it's hardy down to -10 degrees, which I don't think we very often in the southeast of England get down to -10 degrees, but you never know, do you? And yeah, this likes more sun, so I shall position this a bit differently, but I'm sure it'll be fine. It's just telling you to use peat free compost, and I use that. And the last thing, I've never bought one of these before, so here's another thing I'm going to try and pronounce. This is a Senecio Angel Wings. Oh, hang on. Oh, blimey, knocked the camera over, sorry. Can you see? I'm not sure if I showed you this close up, the name of this, because as I say, I can't really pronounce all this. So I've gone for Doronicum with that, but I've never heard anyone say that, so perhaps it's not right. So this Angel Wings variety, it says year-round interest. It's an architectural plant, so I like anything at the moment. I'm quite into you know, something that's a bit different with different leaves. This grows up to 40 centimetres, likes all soil types, likes the sun, and hardy to -5. As I say, you know, well, I suppose we can go to -5 in this part of England, but I don't remember the last time anyone's, it might feel like -10, but I don't think we usually go that cold. Now it says year-round interest on it. Did I say that? Sorry if I'm repeating myself. It's ideal as a coastal plant, so if you live by the coast. Striking foliage, blah, 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 gently, blah, 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 wood, blah. I don't know if there's any sort of flower that comes on it at some point in its life cycle. It doesn't say that, so I'm just assuming that it won't. So I thought that was quite nice, and that was £10. So yeah, this is the only one I'm not terribly confident about me looking after well, but you know, you just got to try these things, haven't you? And you give them one go or 2 goes. Some of the plants in my garden I've moved around this year. You know, in the last week or 2 when I've been tidying up out there and we've been doing some work out there, and I think, well, if I've moved it because it's not doing very well in that particular part of the garden, and if I move it somewhere else and it still doesn't thrive, well, you know, it's had its chance really, hasn't it? You can only give it a go, and some plants just don't like you, do they? And others do. We always grow, we're really good with fuchsias here, that we get fuchsias that do really well in the you know, actually planted into the soil. We've got a couple of corkers that we've had for years and years. I mean, but some things like honeysuckle's a bit, although I've just planted one, but I'm hoping where it is it might do a bit better. I don't know, it's hard, isn't it? Now, excuse me, the other thing I'm thinking of doing, and now this is the last gardening thing, the other thing I'm thinking of doing, which I saw somebody do on YouTube, he had I don't know the video, but you know, he had a big semi, you know, rounded, I think it was concrete pot. So it was a shallow bowl shaped pot, and it would look like it was about 18 inches, maybe 18 inches, perhaps a bit bigger, I don't know, across. There was no narration on this video. It was just literally some bloke doing stuff and music played over it. And what he did was he put the bowl-shaped bowl, the shallow bowl, into, sort of balanced it on the ground, and he put some pond plants in, just a couple of pond plants, and then he put some, it was either stones or slate chippings in. And me and current husband watching this and thinking, what's he doing, what's he doing? But then what he did was he filled it with water and it made a bird bath. And I thought, oh, I like the idea of that. So I was looking around. We went, you know, when I told you we went to the garden centre with my grandson at the weekend. And thank you, by the way, for all the interest you've shown in that. You know, it's lovely that a lot of you have got grandchildren that do the same thing, so you know, it's nice to, and I will, a couple of you said keep me updated on how he gets on, and I will. It might have lost interest by the end of the month, who knows, but we can try, can't we? I saw a really nice pot. It was actually a planter, so it would have had to have the hole filled in at the bottom, but it was really nice. Excuse me, I've just got a cough. Sorry, I don't know what it is about sitting in front of a video camera and then you start needing to cough. Or scratch your nose, that's the other thing, isn't it? Yeah, so I saw this really nice pot, and I said to current husband, oh, we could fill the bottom in, and then I looked at the price of it, and it was about £100, and I thought, I like it, but not that much. So anyway, my search began to find something that would do the job, but a budget version. And I looked and looked and looked, and you can find lots of bird baths, actual bird bath, not the leg, because usually bird baths come in like, well, they don't always, do they? I'm talking rubbish. I was going to say they come in 2 sections, but I don't suppose they do. You just put them together. You buy them as a whole thing, don't you? Anyway, rambling. I couldn't see anything that was affordable, and I looked on lots of websites, and you could find the bowl thing for a bird bath, but they were all too small for what I wanted. I wanted something a bit bigger. So I had a bit of an inspiration, and I thought, oh, what about a fire pit bowl? Now, the bowl that the man in the video used was obviously made of, I say concrete, what do I mean? Or pottery or whatever, you know, sort of stone. And it was really handsome, a really handsome bowl. And, but I thought, well, what about, let's look at some fire pit bowls and see, because I thought, well, metal would still work, wouldn't it? I'm sure it would. So I'm touching the one I bought. And I looked and looked, and I went onto the Old Faithful. I went onto B&Q, and I just Googled the, you know, fire pits and fire pits, that's what they're called, aren't they? And I went on to Amazon and everything, and anything I found that I really, really super liked was just too expensive. So then I found a fire pit bowl on B&Q for $14.99, and I thought, if I get it and it's no good, or it's not what I think it's going to look like, I can use it as a fire pit bowl, really, or something else. Or maybe just put a hole in it and make it a planter of some description. But I thought it was for that amount of money, it was worth it. So this is the one I got. Now this, as I say, this was $14.99. Oh, we got the label on that side. I had to order it online, and they don't have them in the store apparently. So you've got 3 legs, and the good thing I thought about this was that this bit lifts off. So I was thinking to myself, maybe I could give this a go. So I could either leave it on the legs and just put the legs into because we've got a clear flower bed at the moment. Oops. Put the legs into the soil, or it might work better just taken, resting on itself rather than having the legs there. So I'm going to have to, I haven't been, it only arrived yesterday afternoon, so I haven't been down the garden to check it out or anything. And I also bought, I couldn't find any, in B&Q anyway, any pond plants. And that's another thing, you see, because I mean, lots of people have ponds, don't they? And they obviously buy plants for them, and they buy fish and all the accoutrements that go with that. But anywhere around here that's done that, they've closed down. We used to have a place called World of Water, just literally half a mile away from where I live. And they closed that, and they're talking about building a Lidl. And and I thought, oh, that'd be interesting, because I don't normally shop in Lidl because they're all in, I'd have to drive somewhere else to go to a Lidl. And I think, well, the money I save in Lidl potentially, I'm probably spending on petrol. So I've never really been that bothered. But I thought, well, if there's only one just down the road as close as my Sainsbury's is to me, that'd be quite interesting. But I never thought that one day I might be looking for some pond plants to put in my bird bath thing. So that's gone. And one of my favourite garden centres, they had a separate bit that was for pond stuff, with sells fish and all the fish food. So I don't know where people get all that stuff from now. I asked current husband, and he said, oh, there, you can get that anywhere. And I said, well, like where? And he didn't really say. So I don't think he's very reliable with his information. I mean, we used to have a little pond in our garden, but that's when the World of Water was still open, so I don't know. But anyway, that's a first world problem, isn't it, at the moment? So I thought, whether this is still on the legs or not, I'm going to put this in that bed. I think that's where I'm going to put it. I might change my mind. If it looks stupid, I won't. I'm going to put the slate. Did I say I bought some slate chippings? I said that the man had slate chippings or stones in his bird thingy, didn't I? And I bought some slate chippings. My God, that nearly killed me picking those up. Poor old thing. And so I'm going to clean those off and put them in the bottom. And if I can get some plants to go in, I will. But the idea is, I've just thought, the birds won't be able to perch on this, will they? But I suppose if they're really keen, they will. So yeah, so you put the idea is you put the slate bits in, and then so the birds can hop into the water. So you fill it up with water, and the birds, excuse me, the birds can get in and they can sort of splash about in the water and have a drink. So they don't have to go right down, they won't go down to the bottom, there'll be a level of stones. I'm not sure I'm describing this very well, really. But anyway, so I'm quite excited to give that a go. And this morning, I'm doing this video quite early because my dogs aren't being taken out today. Dog walkers have got a week's holiday. I mean, so I'm going to do this, take them out, and then I'm going to get on with the garden because I've got these things to plant and I need to water it and everything. So that's my final jabber about gardening things. So I don't know what you think about that. I don't know if you've done anything similar for the birds. I'm quite reluctant, I know this sounds awful, but I'm quite reluctant to put bird feeders in my garden anymore, because I'm sure there is some sort of device you can hang in your tree where all the stuff doesn't fall to the ground, but my dogs just go and eat it, and I don't want them eating. I used to have fat balls and things in the tree, which the birds loved, and I've seen, since we've dug over and added soil in the garden, I've had more birds in the garden than we've had for a while. They probably go fly everything. Oh no, she doesn't buy us anything, sod her. But yeah, my dogs eat it, and I don't really want them eating bird food because they're just, honestly, they're scavengers. They just eat anything. So yeah, I never know what food to put out for them, but at least if they've got somewhere where they can have a little, if the weather gets hot, they can have a little, little, you know, flap about in the water or something. Anyway, and I'm also thinking about putting a rockery around there as well, because I've got some rockery stones that I've had for years. And yeah, anyway, it's all in my head, but I just don't know what I'm doing yet. So the other place I went to while I was in town, and there's nothing very interesting here, but I'll show you what I bought. I went into Superdrug, and I actually went in because I needed a new mascara. So the one I bought that was it's the brand 2000. And at first I thought it wasn't very good. I think half the trouble really is my eyelashes, because they're just old lady eyelashes and they're not like they used to be. My eyelashes used to be quite nice, but just another thing, isn't it? Oh, and I've tried that stuff. Oh, you know, you can buy that stuff that you put on and it makes your eyelashes grow. I tried some of that on my eyebrows, and it sort of worked. I just, after like using it for several months, I got a bit bored with doing it, and I thought, who looks at my eyebrows anyway? And because I've got a fringe, haven't I? So you don't really notice. And I've also heard that with some people, putting that stuff on their lashes has made their, you know, had an effect on their eyes, you know, made them swell up and that. And I don't think I've got particularly sensitive skin, but I don't, you know, I don't really want to cause any damage. And I thought, again, I put mascara, I put makeup on, I put mascara on. You know, I'm in my 70s now. There's a limit, a limit to what all this stuff's going to do for me. So, yeah, I thought, forget it. So I've gone with this Skylight, what's it called? Sky High again. Which I tried before, and I know it's really popular with people. And it was oh, doorbell. Oh, sorry about that. We've just had a big bit of board delivered to do with current husband's job. Yeah, so yeah, I bought this. I don't know how much it was, but I know most of you probably buy this, so just got a black one. Then I got, sometimes people on here ask me what cream I use on my face, because as you know, I don't really do lots of videos about beauty products, because basically they don't make you beautiful, do they? But I knew that I'd picked up a cream the last time I bought a face cream, and I thought it was for 70 plus skin. And so I went into, when I was in Superdrug, I was having a look round, and I thought, oh, I think it was L'Oreal. And I asked the girl, and she said, oh, and there's loads of stuff for well, 50s and 60 plus. I don't know what the difference of your skin is. I suppose it just gets a bit more wrinkly and a bit drier, doesn't it, the older you get? I suppose that's the only difference. And I found this. She didn't find it in the end, I did. But this is 65 plus multivitamins, and I think actually this is what I had before. I'm so sorry. So this is L'Oreal new formula, Wrinkle Expert, Anti-Wrinkle Strengthening Care Day. Now I know you can buy night cream to go with all these, but I never use a night cream, and I know it's terrible. I know it's terrible. I probably look 25 if I got a night cream, but I just get into bed and I can't be bothered. I don't take my mascara off or anything. I just get into bed and that's it. I'm a shocker, an absolute shocker. I've always been the same. You know, my daughter, she cleanses and she does this and she puts this cream on and that cream on, and she's got lovely skin, but I think she'd have lovely skin whether she did it or not. I think you're just lucky or you're not. This apparently reduces wrinkles, strengthens skin and fades age spots. Now, I've never found anything that actually does that. I've got some spots. I don't know if age spots or sun damage spots are the same thing or not. but I've got some on my cheek here and some on my cheek there, and well, you know where my cheeks are. And I tend to use that stuff that everybody buys, you know, the little screwy thing that yeah, that, and just sort of disguise them a little bit. I mean, there's only so much disguising you can do before everyone can see that you're just trying to disguise something. But when I've tried all this sort of stuff in the past and religiously used it, it's never really made any difference. So I don't know, but and I suppose case in point, because if this is the stuff that I've been using, which it is, for the last however long a pot of this lasts, I've never seen any difference. So there we are. Has it got an SPF in it? Oh, it says this is for on the little chart thing at the side. The little sort of shiny thing. It says this is for 65 to 75. God knows what you do when you get to 76. Rich and non-greasy. Anyway, so yes, clinically proven results in 4 weeks. Right, perhaps I should pay more attention to this sort of thing. But anyway, so I bought some of this, and I think it was oh, hang on, I've got my receipt. Oh no, that's the Dunelm receipt. I think it was reduced to something like half price. I'm pretty sure that it was £4 something, but I don't know. Anyway, I've got some of that Wrinkle Expert. And the other thing I was doing yesterday morning was I was having a bit of a go at my feet. Now I know feet aren't for everyone, but it's because we're coming into the season, aren't we now, where we potentially, a bit of sunshine and we change our habits, don't we? I might have to put a pair of shoes on or sandals on, and it's not that I don't take care of my feet. I do go and get them. I go to a podiatrist, but you know, you're not going every couple of weeks or anything, are you? So you need to obviously keep on top of it, and I've been quite remiss with that lately, I've got to say. And I sort of, you look down at your feet, you just ignore your feet, don't you? You don't take any notice of them until one day you look down and you think, oh, who owns that horrible thing? So I thought, right, I've got to get these in shape a bit. So I did them yesterday morning, and I thought I bought some more. I don't think these are probably any different to what I've already got. I bought some toenail scissors, and you know those things that you buy, clippers, can anyone actually work those? I've never been able to. I watch when people do, you know, like if I go to a podiatrist and they do my toes, and they use those sort of, I don't know what you call them, those other things, they're sort of clippers. And then there's the clippers that are like this, you know, you're the jaw, they're like a crocodile jaw. I know. I honestly haven't been on the drink. I haven't. And I can't use those. I've tried before and I can't. So I just stick to scissors. So I got myself a new pair of scissors. I got myself some. I've got a foot file which I use, and I was looking at the mechanical ones, you know, the electronic ones, and I thought, Now when I had my toenails painted maybe about 3 weeks ago or something, the lady said that she said, oh, you've got a little bit of hard skin on your feet, but there's not very much. And I thought, do I just carry on with my foot file, or do I invest in one of these machines? So I thought, well, perhaps yesterday wasn't the day to think about that, because my mind is split with garden stuff. So I might think about that, and if anyone wants to buy me a birthday present, don't really want a foot file for your birthday, do you? And my birthday's ages away. So so anyway, I got this. I got this little block, because my foot file's all right, but I just thought maybe this might be, I thought it was worth giving it a try. It didn't cost much, a couple of quid or 3 quid or something. So it says, it promises to leave feet soft and smooth, it's gentle and effective, and it's easy to clean and reuse. When I was a kid, I remember my mum and dad used to have a pumice stone over we had a, you know, like you do, a thing over the bath, a bath rack, and there was always this sort of thing sitting in it. And I didn't really know what it was for until I was a bit older. And yeah, they used to have this pumice stone because my poor old dad had proper old problems with his feet, bless him. Let's not think about that though. Wish I brought that up. And I thought, well, this doesn't say it's a pumice stone, but pumice stone is probably, is it a living thing, or is it a just a thing that lives in is in the sea? I don't know. I'm not a pumice expert, but perhaps you're not allowed to use those anymore. So I thought, oh well, could try it. It looks a bit like one of those things when you sort of you sand your walls, doesn't it? Perhaps I should just use a thing that I use for sanding the walls down. Oh dear. I know, I can't help it. And then I bought this as well. And this is CCS Foot Care Cream, Swedish formula. For dry skin with calluses. Well, I don't have any calluses. Softens and rehydrates. 10% moisture binding urea. I don't know what that is. Contains eucalyptus oil, prevents odours. I don't have stinky feet, and it's clinically tested. It's the #1 foot cream in Sweden. There we go. So, well, hence the Swedish flag, I suppose. So I bought some of that, and I bought this because I think it might have been something. If I found the receipt, I'd be all right, wouldn't I? But I think it was probably about £7 or £8. I'm not sure. It might not have been that expensive because there was, maybe it was 5 or 6. I don't know. Because there's stuff in Superdrug that is their own brand, which was in a smaller thing than that, which was affordable. And then they've got stuff at the other end of the scale, which is very expensive. And I thought, well, I like my feet, but not that much. So I thought, well, I'll go somewhere in the middle. So I'm giving that a go. I did put that on my feet last night, and it, you know, seemed quite nice. So yes, so I thought that is my mission for the next few weeks, is to just try and keep my toes and my tootsies as tidy as possible. I need to go and see my podiatrist actually, because my ingrowing toenail needs a little bit of a trim. That's just when it gets to a certain length, it just gets a bit sore. Did I tell you about, I must have told you about my ingrowing toenail. I mean, who doesn't want to hear about my ingrowing toenail? Because it's just one toe, the others are all right, it's just one toe, and it's my big toe. And you know, I used to manage it myself, because I didn't really know I didn't know that it was an ingrown toenail, because I didn't realise what they looked like. And it didn't really look particularly different to my other nails, but it used to get sore in the corner. And then over time, it's kind of got a bit sort of, so it was obviously different to the other toes. And I went and got it checked out, because it was getting really sore, and me trimming my toenails was helping a bit, but it's more difficult. I mean, a lot of you will know, when you're older, trimming your own toenails is not always easy. Another sad thing about being ancient. And so I went to a clinic, and they said, no, you've got an ingrown toenail, we need to get that seen to. So I was put on a national health list, which only was 6 weeks. I only had to wait 6 weeks, and I had a slither of my, is it a slither or a sliver? Sliver, a bit of my nail removed. And they said that, well, that should be fine. And I thought, oh, that's good. And it was fine for ages. And then it started to get sore again, and it's kind of attached. It's just regrown and doing the same thing. So the chap I go to now, he said to me that I can redo it for you. And I can put a chemical, which the National Health people didn't do, put a chemical on it, which means it won't grow back into the side of your toe in the same way. So basically I won't ever have to worry about it again. But I think it's about £600 or something he wants for that. So I just think, oh, I don't know, can I justify that? So basically what I do is I go to him every so often, and he charges me, I think it's £50 for the treatment, and he trims it back, and he does properly trim it back, and it's quite, you know, I couldn't do that myself. And I think to myself, well, it's stupid really. I should go and spend the 400, whatever it is, pound. Maybe it's 600, one of those two, 400 or 600. Let's say 500, let's say 500. Pay the £500 to get it done, because I'm spending I've spent more than £500 over the last couple of years going there and getting it trimmed back, but somehow just justifying it all in one go, it just seems like a bit, I could spend my money on something else. So anyway, that's it, a bit of a hard luck story there, I know, so that's what I have to put up with, and it's going to be getting sore. I think I last went to my guy in about November, so I get a good few months before I have to go back again. But anyway, enough enough toenail information for you. Right, sorry if this has been, honestly, I really need to up my game with my videos a bit, don't I? Thank you so much for watching. I don't think there's anything else I needed to tell you today. Today is Thursday, so my plan is to do a bit of the garden this afternoon, and then I'll put my video up. So I don't think you're going to see any garden thing in this video. You'll probably be glad to know, because you're probably sick of hearing about it. But once I get a project, the next project I think I've got is painting my horse stairs and landing. That's one thing you probably won't want to miss, isn't it? But anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you very soon. Oh, we've got a party at the weekend for an 80th birthday, so that'll be raving, I'm sure. I'll tell you all about that next week. So yeah, take good care. Hope you enjoyed today's video and found something of interest, and I'm sorry if I gave you too much information about my toe, and I will see you very soon, so bye bye for now.